Okay, so there we are. Thank you so much for joining us, Mangani. Here goes the screen share. And also thank you so much for your patience. So we are starting off with Aneeqa's profile. And the screen is sharing in 3, 2, 1. I think the screen should be sharing now. All right, fantastic. So as you guys can see, Aneeqa is an academic researcher and she is a qualitative academic researcher. So that means she's already changed things, except here. We wanted her to say behavioral therapist. So this is not bad. The only thing I would change, Aneeqa, if you're watching this, is let me annotate it so that you can see what the issues are that I can already spot. This hello and welcome, I'm Aneeqa, is not necessary because they can see it right here, right? So because they can see it there, they don't need to find it there. You're in a class for providing insights. You're in the right place. Again, this is written in first person about you and who you are. So if you haven't had the opportunity yet to change this, that's okay, but it's gonna go. So I would get rid of this as well and just keep in your pursuit of knowledge and transformation. I stand by ready to support you. Kind of. We're almost there, but not quite there yet. So I would get rid of this heading. I would get rid of this heading. Instead, let's make it flow according to copywriting, right? Let's just make everything flow nicely. Just to give everybody a refresh, this was the description that we had decided on. Now, I don't know if she ran out of space. Qualitative academic researcher, author, lecturer. She could have totally gotten rid of therapist, actually, and kept everything else. But if for some odd reason, maybe she couldn't include this, to be quite honest with you, I would say I would get rid of author and I would keep lecturer, behavioral therapist. So in fact, if you're watching this, that is what I would do. Now, picture this, you're on a quest for descent into the human psyche. Let's have a look at what this says. So I don't see a lot of, and another thing that clients on Upwork absolutely detest is formal language like things like this, warm regards. They actually assume it's been written by ChatGPT. So I would probably get rid of this part here. So think about that. And I would probably also stick with the description that we wrote, or because the thing about ChatGPT is that you've got so many bot tails in this. So let Veronica in. This is a bot tail. This, and I don't know if like the captions will capture what I'm trying to say, but this is a bot tail. This is a bot tail, right? So when I keep saying that, I know sometimes when people are using subtitles, they can't tell what I'm saying. Like my accent is just not good. So when I say it's a bot tail, that's what I mean. It means we can see that ChatGPT wrote this. It's a bot tail. We can see that ChatGPT wrote this. It's a bot tail, etc. So bot tails are when you have this colon happening there. And then you go into your description of whatever it is. So we don't want that. That is, hey, Veronica, that is 1000% a no-no. So this is how you know you're using ChatGPT. So no. So we're not going to do it that way. We're going to make it flow conversationally, right? You can even put it in your prompt with ChatGPT that you want a conversational flow, like a nice story, a narrative, which is exactly what we did yesterday. So picture this, You're on a quest. We created a narrative. The only time we used a colon was here because it does make sense. Everywhere else, it's paragraphs and things of this nature. And also, please don't assume that the longer the description, the higher your chances of getting hired. Another alternative maybe that you can create if you don't want to write about yourself, you don't feel comfortable, and you don't want to use ChatGPT to write this for you, you can add in all of these skills, right? So we're going to show you how to do it alternatively using ChatGPT. It's like this. So you're going to say, here are my skills. I went in alt tab. Here are my skills. And then you're going to do these quotation marks so that it knows. Next thing you're going to do, so all I did was copy those skills, by the way. Next thing that you are going to do, let's just move the meeting controls, is you're going to go into the next line. Say, shift, enter. And you're going to say, please write. And we're going to grab this. Or you can say, use the storytelling method. And boom. Now ChatGPT is going to create a description for you based on these skills. So you could say embark on a journey with me, where we each skill a chapter in our adventure book. Imagine navigating the lessons of education and administration. In the realm of marriage and life coaching, consider me your. So these are actually keywords repeated once again based on your skills, right? And you even have some tech skills as well. Then there's Django, right? And then grab your math and this plot, of course, reach out with that. And I'm going to say it's a little fluffy, which it is. So let's make it more Spartan, meaning if you think about the Spartans in history, they were like, even though they were, you know, outgunned, not really by numbers, by King Leonidas and his army of 300, the Spartans were still people to reckon with. Now, do you see how it has this in bold and this in bold and this in bold? The thing about being Spartan is that it's super disciplined. That's the word I'm looking for. And ready to conquer. So it's very active voice, forge ahead, correct, connect now, and let's play your victory. So we're going to say, so it went Spartan, but it went a little bit too Spartan. So we're gonna explain in ChatGPT. And also I've learned new information. You don't have to say please and thank you to ChatGPT. The other thing that you shouldn't really bother doing is don't tell it what it shouldn't do. You should just tell it what it should do. And if you correct it without using any negative correction. So in this journey, consider me your steadfast guardian, equipped with a unique set of skills designed to protect and empower your mental health and well-being. Then we're going to get rid of this with the bottel. Like a lighthouse guiding ships to safe harbor, I illuminate is a bottel, the path forward in learning and organizing, ensuring a clear, secure route to knowledge and growth. Okay, that's good. Think of me as a sanctuary where relationships and personal journeys find peace, healing, and strength. Together, we can navigate through storms towards serene shores. So it's using this boat narrative, this ocean narrative. Hand in hand, we build resilient communities, creating a safe haven where collective dreams and goals, and et cetera, et cetera. Your mental health and well-being of the sanctuary. Great. So this is brilliant. This works. Let's merge all the bullet points. into a compelling sales psychology powered narrative. So imagine embarking. Now, notice I'm not using Neuro PSS. Neuro would know to do this already, but I'm prompting GPT. So imagine embarking on a journey where every step forward is towards greater understanding, healing, and empowerment. In this journey, I'm not just a guide, I'm your guardian, equipped with a unique blend of skills that serve as both shield and compass in navigating the complexities of the mind and relationships. Envision a space where the rigors of education and administration are transformed into beacons of clarity and organization, guiding you through the fog of uncertainty into the shores of enlightenment and growth. So this isn't just about learning, it's about constructing a fortress of knowledge. So this part of this is not just about, it's about. Instead, you can say, this is about constructing a fortress of knowledge and structure around you, making you practical and secure and important. Or you can say, let's construct a fortress, right? In the delicate realms of marriage counseling and life coaching, picture a haven where troubled waters calm and clarity emerges. And then obviously you guys know, we don't say as we dive deeper, you can say as we submerge or as we expand instead of dive deeper, as we expand, the essence of community engagement and development unfolds. Hi, Jemima. Nice to see you, Carl. Ready to join us. Sorry, I had to mute you there quickly. And this part here might need some finessing, which is fine. Imagine child counseling as a sanctuary where your young minds find solace and strength. Through the lens of psychology, every exploration into the mind is a step towards unlocking your full potential. So, do you know what's crazy? I would actually start with this because it's a piece of value. And then we pop that there, right? And then we do the imagine embarking on a journey. So I actually think through the lens of psychology, every exploration into the mind is a step towards unlocking your full potential. This journey is about healing, understanding, and empowerment enveloped in the warmth and safety of safety and empathy. So that is actually how I would start. Aneeqa, if you didn't like this version, I'm just going to give you version 2. So I'm going to quickly insert a line and we will start with V2. Okay. And it would look a little something like this. Okay, through the lens of psychology, and then we'll go into the whole value proposition that you have, because we really don't want to go too long, but remember, we also want to do search engine optimization. So we're going to clean all of this up, don't worry, and make it make sense. I didn't want to spend this long on fixing up your description, but what you have right now has just way too many bot tails. Yeah, so we can just do this. The essence of community engagement and development unfolds at the map to treasure, where your contributions and aspirations help build resilience and all of those good things. So through the lens of psychology, and we talk about journey here. Imagine embarking on a journey where, imagine every step forward. Imagine that every step forward is towards greater understanding, healing, and empowerment. Okay, so we have this greater understanding. So guess what? This line, redundant, because we say this journey. In this journey, I'm not just a guide, I'm your guardian, equipped with the unique blend of skills that serve as both shield and compass. Envision a space where the rigors of education, and this is perfect, except for this part here, which is a BOT tab, bot tab. So for those who just joined us, I'm explaining how clients can tell that you're using GPT. And this line right here is a bot tab. This line that I've just highlighted for you guys is a bot tell. So the part where I'd say this isn't about just learning, it's about constructing, blah, 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 blah. Instead of having the spot tell there, we will go ahead and get rid of it. So we're going to say this is about constructing a fortress of knowledge and structure around you, making your path forward secure and illuminated. Great, no more bot tell. Now let's see if we have any more. In the delicate realms of marriage, guess what? Delicate and realm is a bot tell, right? So we're going to get rid of that. In marriage counseling and life coaching, that's the way that I would put it. In marriage counseling and life coaching, picture a haven with troubled waters. Here relationships are nurtured and you're empowered to build and fortify the connection and families, all within perfect. Sounds like a human being. Let's see if there are any bot tells here. The essence of no, because clients are essentially, no shade, they are inherently quite selfish. They don't want to do anything for anyone unless they insist that they're running a nonprofit organization and they want our help. So to make sure that you don't alienate those who want to do things for profit, like people who want to be life coaches, etc., then you definitely don't want to include that. So imagine child counseling and sanctuary in mind. We're saying imagine a lot. Imagine child counseling where fears are met with compassion. So we're going to say imagine child counseling. And we're going to get rid of all of this verbose redundancy. Right? Imagine child counseling is a sanctuary where fears are met with compassion and all of that. Through the lens of psychology, every explanation, and that works with counseling and conflict resolution and vision, which is great. This is another big one. Now, corporates need this. It's a testament to the power of empathy, strategy, and communication in building peace and understanding. And as we venture into the digital realm with Django, imagine a bastion where your digital presence isn't just secure, but also a vibrant extension of your vision and purpose. So what I would do is actually I would add Django here because we're diving straight into, okay, because we said journey here. And as we venture into the digital realm with Django, imagine a bastion where your digital presence isn't just secure, but also a vibrant extension of your vision and purpose. Here, technology serves as a guardian, ensuring they flourish in a protective nurture. In this journey, I'm not just a guide. I feel this flows so much better. Do you guys have any suggestions? Facebook, let me know if you guys have any suggestions. I will check the questions. Yeah, you guys in the chat, those of you who joined us, thank you for joining us. I would also love to know what your thoughts. Facebook, y'all better be. I'm just kidding, but I'm not. I struggled so much with YouTube, but this session is recorded, so we should be fine. So let's see what the big people on Facebook have to say. And Bongani, Veronica, and Jemima, and who else am I missing? I hope I'm not missing anyone else. Yes, please let me know. What are your thoughts? Feel free to grab the mic. Bongani, I see you're unmuted, so feel free to let us know. What do you think?
Please repeat the question again.
Question is regarding this description right here. Version 2, right? Because version 1, she probably didn't feel comfortable with it. Maybe she felt like it was too small, right? And then instead, we went ahead and used her skills as the way we would do this, because obviously they probably were not liking the way that the original description that we had written was for them. So there we go. And I would actually go ahead and I'm so sorry. I would actually go ahead and reach out now and let's forge a path to your well-being success. And in fact, I would get rid of forge a path because that's a bottle. So it's reach out now and let's get you on your path, right? Instead of using bombastic words, you got to keep it really simple these days, courtesy of using really academic language when it's highly unnecessary. So version 2 is a little longer because they went ahead and created a much longer description, if you will, here, right? So, which is totally fine. So how do you feel about version 2 compared to version 1? Bongani?
Okay, I think now that you've refined and you removed the bottles, yeah, I think now it looks better now. Yeah.
In what way? Just because the bottles were removed?
And also the fact that you removed the formal language that was there before. I think it's more interesting to read now. Yeah.
Veronica, do you have any feedback for us? And good people on Facebook? Do you also have any feedback for us? I'd like to know. I can see one person on Facebook is watching us, so I'm watching you, person on Facebook. Please comment and let us know in real time. Yes.
Hi. I agree with this is, yeah, you can see the difference. Actually, do you remember when we used to like refine or like view our proposals like in the square? We used to ask about this, even though we didn't use the word bobtail, but I mean bobtail, but I kind of I get it now. When I'm sending proposals, I'm like looking for those words and I'm like, nope. Yeah.
Bottles.
Bobtails, yeah.
Okay. Jemima, it's been a while. We haven't seen you in a while. Are you learning anything new from looking at this?
Okay, I just came in, so I'm trying to catch up. I think I'm understanding that you are taking advantage of AI like ChatGPT and then using Quillbot to edit it out, paraphrase, and make it make sense. That's what I'm seeing. I'm barely hearing anything you are saying. Maybe because of network, I don't know, but I can't hear you very well. But I'm seeing what you're doing, and it's awesome.
Okay, don't worry. There's a recording of this, so you can catch us on YouTube, Jemima. I'm very sorry that you're not able to hear everything. You can catch us inside Facebook. There's a recording right there, and then there's a recording on YouTube, so you'll be able to watch in 2 different places. But I'm so sorry about that.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. So this is what you came for. You started using GPT to fix up the profile. And now, Aneeqa, even though they're not here, what we're going to go ahead and do is start looking at life coaching. Life coaching is one of the things that is highly sought after. Things like conflict resolution. She could have used that term instead, but that's fine. So these are the main things that if I were them, that I would do. Okay, so let's go this way. Yeah, I have to sign in. All right, give me a second, everyone. Just imagine like elevator music or something else. So let me sign in and then we'll get it. This should show you guys, I typically work on Upwork. I don't work on my computer. I work here. I land crazy, expensive, amazing projects here. I'm always signed in here, but not on my computer. So just take it from me. Phone is better. Automatically, you're not going to speak so formally to your clients. Automatically, it's just better. It's just better. So just think about it that way. All right. Now let's take a look. I had to switch from my client profile to my freelancer profile. That's probably why that. Okay. So here we are, we're at home. And let's do that again. I think the first one was life coaching, if I'm not wrong. But even marriage counseling is a big one. So Aneeqa, since you're watching this, okay, let's do this as well. It doesn't seem to be a hyperlink because it's not green. Counseling, either community development is not considered. There's a way you could say key performance indicators instead of just saying community goals and KPI. Remember, you constantly want to use the language that your ideal client would be using, right? It's not about us, it's about them. We're back to okay, so if you want to run an audit of other freelancers, you really can. But I don't want to hire. This is ridiculous. All right, we'll figure this out. Back now. So this is life coaching, which is really varied. And so now what we're going to do is we are going to set the price. And what we're going to do is look at their price. And that is going to be the bare minimum that we're willing to accept. 50 an hour. Okay. So we're going to say 50 an hour. This would just work. Okay. And fixed price, we're going to use what? Do you guys know? You can pop your message in the chat or let me know any other way that feels comfortable to you. So you can let me know on the chat or you can let me know by grabbing the mic. How do I determine what her fixed price is going to be? Or their fixed price, excuse me. How do I figure out what their fixed price is going to be? Does anybody know? I'll give you a hint. If you don't know how much the project is worth, then you don't want to be receiving anything less than $1,000 a week. Remember, the main challenge for the paid squad is make $1,000 or more per week. That is what we do in the squad. So minimum we want to make is 5K. And et cetera, et cetera. So I'm actually going to say, if we quickly do Upwork math, you guys remember what Upwork math is? It's the amount that you want to make. I'm going to say she wants to make $1,500. She should be making more than that, but you know, 2.5. You know, she wants to take home 2.5 so that she can make 10K months. First thing that you have to do is multiply that by, I don't do 10%. I multiply by 20% in case Upwork changes how much fees they take from us. So 2,500 for, 2,500 multiplied by 20% so that you can make sure that you bring home enough money. And then you also want to add in $2 for transfer fees. If you're taking your money to PayPal, for instance, it does cost you about $2. If you're making a direct bank transfer, it costs about 99 cents or $1. I just rounded off in my head. So at the end of the day, they can charge $3,002. So we're just going to say $3,010. As you can see, we can set a custom amount. Okay. If we want to make a 10K month, we're going to say 3 010. That is our minimum. And that doesn't alienate anyone in here anyway. And that definitely doesn't alienate anybody in this category. Now we want to reduce the amount of competition we have, right? We're going to say less than 5. Because we don't want to deal with having to fight for our lives against a bunch of other candidates. So now the other thing that we want to do is ensure that the client's payment method is verified. And the reason why we do that is because we want to make sure that this prospective client has skin in the game. So we've got career coaching, business coaching, creative writing, mental health, stress management. These are all of the things she qualifies for, except for, you know, parler français. That's about it. If they can parler, then she's got a good head on her shoulders. So what I'm going to do for you, Aneeqa, while you're watching this, is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to ask you to please save the search. All right, so I'm going to add another line here. And now we're going to work with projects. All right, and if you come early and you volunteer your account, we will do this for you. So save as life coaching. And here's the link right there. And there it is. Then how do I save a link is maybe what you're thinking right now, right, Aneeqa? Or maybe anybody else who's watching this. If that's what you're thinking, how in the world do I save a search? It's right here. We're going to save it as life coaching. There it is. And we're going to click on save and it will add itself to all the other saved searches that we have, right? So there it is. Now, what was the other thing that we were looking for? We were looking for marriage counseling. So I will put it here. Mariage. Okay. There. Now, here's the thing. Just because this shows up empty at the prices that you've set, at the number of proposals that you want to deal with, at the number of clients, does not mean that it will be empty in the future. So we still save the search. All right. So we're going to go back to their Google document and we're going to call this one save as marriage counseling. And we'll pop the link right there. Okay. Then, and I love this piece of code because it shows you recency, which means it's going to be the most recent projects. All right. With payment method verified, less than 1 to 4 proposals. Do you remember when I asked you guys, why do I say 1 to 5? It's technically 1 to 4. It's all in the code. It's all in the code. Life coach right there. And here, marriage counseling right there. So if you can read URLs, or in this instance, hypertext mail language, you know exactly what it is that the saved search is. All right. So here we go. Now the next one, it was not marriage counseling, but it was marriage counselor. So that's the other really cool thing that I want you guys to remember is that you can save multiple types. So you can just add keywords, remove keywords, things like that. So this one is a marriage counselor. I think I'm spelling counselor in British English, and I didn't set this dictionary and British. I said it as American, but it's fine. So let's change that. I use multiple bots, Jemima. I use Quillbot, of course, but I also use Grammarly because they have to balance each other. And you know what, guys? Academically, if you're using Quillbot or Grammarly, please be careful and actually save versions on your computer because it can be considered academic dishonesty to use those tools ever since ChatGPT came into the picture. So some lecturers will accuse you of cheating or academic dishonesty simply because you happen to use Grammarly or Quillbot. All right, so we've got marriage counselors. So we've been writing marriage counselor in the wrong language. So maybe let's make a quick change and see what we get. All right, no changes. That's fine. And let's take a look. Oh, let's just small language. All right, the other one is Django, because that was the piece of software. And I know that there will be, by the way, the people that you're seeing here, this is your competition. And if you could just see the types of proposals that these people send, you would stop being intimidated. Because I tell you, the PSS framework kicks them out of here. So anyway, you know, no humble brag. It's just, I've seen so many proposals because I do hire as well. And it's a shambles. People just don't know how to talk to clients like they have some sense. So then you're going to say this one is Django. And again, we never reduced our price. We never reduced anything. In fact, if she wants to, she can up the ante a little bit and start at $40 an hour. It would be totally fine, Aneeqa. If they would like to increase their rate, they really should, in my humble opinion. So we're going to call this one saved as Django. Women in tech. Am I right? Okay, so let's have a look at what else was. Communication was one. Close this up and go back to where Django is. So now you guys are seeing how it is that we make sure that our feed respects us. I don't want to hear anybody saying that Upwork is just for people who have low quality skills. It is a misconception that Upwork is for people who are willing to work for peanuts. It's not. So their client budget varies all the way to $50 an hour, which is right within our budget, right? And when it comes to projects like this, I'm so glad this popped up so I could answer this for you guys. Our high ticket sales and closing, 10% commission, absolutely not. And they like to come in with a crazy budget, and then they'll say things like entry level, and people will get excited and waste their connects on this. Upwork does not work on commission. It works on two pricing methods, hourly or fixed rate, in milestones or in full. So if they're going to hire you, they're going to give you the entire 5K, not their actual budget is $50 and then you get 10% commission on something that they sell for $70. It's just ridiculous. So I would never, ever, ever, ever agree to something like this. In fact, I always let the algorithm keep this far away from me. I would tell it that you have unrealistic expectations. And so you're essentially asking me to work for free. You can even report projects like this and say client is asking for free work, right? But you know, only if you're feeling petty. So we're gonna go ahead now and share this with Aneeqa so they can have that as well. I'm gonna save this one as communication. And the cool thing is, Aneeqa, it'll automatically itself save itself because can you see Django here in the URL? So it's gonna know to save itself as that, but just in case, there you have it. Okay, do we have one? We have one more and then we'll start. We will start sending a proposal, okay? Because time is not on our side and I don't want to make this session too long because I got feedback back, guys, and it turns out according to YouTube, you guys actually don't like these live sessions. Is that true? Facebook, y'all don't really like these sessions? Because that's what I was told by the analytics. They say they prefer if I upload a video as opposed to doing this essentially. So I said, I bet. So videos are coming back. So we'll do that from now on. But yeah, that kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. Is it true, guys?
Personally, I like the sessions. Yeah, I personally love the sessions, and I prefer the sessions, honestly. Yeah, to be able to interact and real-time responses. Personally, I prefer the sessions.
Well, that makes you one of 400. That makes you one of 1,260. So that means there's 1,250 other people who really don't appreciate these sessions or don't like them. I shouldn't say they don't appreciate them. Yeah, it's just not their style. And I respect that. Everybody has their favorite learning style. They prefer YouTube shorts and they prefer, well, YouTube videos, not lives. All right, so while I'm talking about that, 63% of the people who are watching me right now are not subscribers. Why aren't you a subscriber? Please subscribe. Because that's not cool, man. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so that I know that people actually want to see the stuff. So that's crazy. About 40 or 38% of you guys are subscribers watching this video. That means a lot of you watch and then dip, which is not cool. All right, so now that we've done all of that, let's go and take a look at Django, because we've gone and we've saved all of these searches. Let's go back to Django. Communication was another one, but let's go to Django because I quite like that one. And we are going to oh, Veronica says, I prefer the Zoom sessions too, but catching up on YouTube is always great. You are a lovely person, but unfortunately, not a lot of people share your sentiments. All right, good people that have been with me for a long time. When we want to send a proposal, what are we looking for? Okay, Django isn't going to work. I might have to go back to counseling. Okay, we'll start at the top. What do we typically look for? I'm putting you guys on the spot. What do we typically look for when we are looking at proposals?
I think one of the things we're looking for, are you talking about things like on the category, more like payment verified?
We did that already.
No.
We
Okay.
fixed the search. We did all the good stuff. So now what are we looking for?
Magic arrow.
Ah, Veronica came to work today. Yes, so we are about to do something called the magic app. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually just click this. And I'm pretty sure they will despise me for the fact that I picked this particular project. I'm very sorry, Aneeqa, but you're not here to say hell no. So Magic L, what does it look like? Oh, it was saved, but just in case. So what does the Magic L look like, Veronica? Can you walk us through it? Where do I start?
Yeah. You start with the Can you go down a bit? I think you started the location.
I start with
their preferred location.
I start with their preferred location. Is that your final answer?
No, it's not. Please hold
Okay.
on. I know this. I do this every day. Why can't I see anything?
Am I not sharing my screen, guys? It's green.
You are.
So I'm gonna keep scrolling so that you can tell us where is the magic owl and where does it start? Is this the magic owl?
It starts with the skills. No. The skills and expertise.
Excellent.
Then
So
preferred location and activity. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for explaining it to us, Veronica. And here's the reason why we call it the magic owl. If you look here, right, meaning here, and then you look here, and then you look here. It's a little demented, right? It's a bit of a demented owl, but it's an owl nonetheless, right? And this is the only owl that you guys are allowed to take on Upwork. No losses, just W's. So this is our magic owl. If you want to take a screenshot, if you've never seen it before, this is what we call the magic owl. All right. So now that you know this, you'll never forget it, right? This is our magic owl. And why is it, Veronica? Why do we start with the magic owl? Why don't I just read what they asked for and just go for writing my proposal?
Because you want to identify, you want to check for the red bubbles, see if you qualify for the job. Look
Red bubbles.
Yeah, if you qualify for the job, like the preferred qualifications, if you don't meet them, if there are any red bubbles there, it means that you do not qualify.
So if there's preferred qualifications under here, and it happens to be like everything looks good. So what Upwork likes to do, but is that they like to say, you fit with this, you fit with this, and then you don't fit with this. And this is the red bubble that Veronica is talking about. Now, what do we call this red bubble? If you qualify this, and maybe even this, and then you have that one red bubble, what do we call that red bubble? That's a very big animal. Exactly. It is the elephant in the room. And what do we do with when there are elephants in the room?
We address it first and foremost.
Beautiful. So it's the very first thing that we are going to address when we write the proposal. So if you see any red on this part, please do not disqualify yourself. Still go ahead and address that red bubble. Sometimes it's things like they'll put in the United States, Canada, the UK, or Australia. And then you'll come in and say, okay, I see you've asked for these following countries, and I can tell they are English-speaking countries, but so is New Zealand and so is South Africa. Is there a reason why you chose these particular countries and not New Zealand and South Africa? Is it a time zone thing? So those are the questions you will ask in the very first line. You're not going to ask them in a way that's interrogating. You're going to ask them in a natural, humorous way. And that's how ChatGPT is going to do it. Not you, but ChatGPT. All right, Aneeqa, I hope you're seeing the magic owl and you're seeing the elephant in the room. All right, Veronica, you've done us justice so far. So what do we look for on activity on this job? How do I know this is the job that I really want to apply to? What are the hints we look for?
How many people are being invited? How many people were invited to the job? If there are any being interviewed, and
brilliant. And also, so this is the part where I sometimes like to call it Upwork math. It's like Upwork math, bear with the kid. So if you look at it, we already know based on the URL when we set those parameters. And when I say the URL, I mean when we were filtering right here on their screen. We know that we are only dealing with a competition of a region of 1 to 4 people. We're not dealing with more than 1 to 4 people. See, 1 proposals, 2, 4 proposals. Again, 1 proposals, 2, 4 proposals. So whenever you see where it says 1 to 5, for instance, go back to the right tab. I know it's really icky right now, but when you see less than 5, just know the maximum amount of people you're going to compete with for this is 4 people, and all of them are going to be on page 1, including those who boosted, including those who are the best match, right? Which is why this part here is so important, because you want to make sure ahead of time that you are the best match. Bongani, if you're not the best match, but you know a couple of tabs do resonate while you're still under skills and expertise, what do? Or maybe they've already hired someone and it's all done and dusted, or they invited 500 people, they're interviewing 20 people, and no one's been hired yet, and there's like 15 people who've submitted proposals. What do? Because that's just that's not going to work, right? So then we go back to skills and expertise and do what exactly, Bongani?
So you open a new tab using
So
you click on the skill that resonates with you to open a new tab to look for other jobs within that skill set.
The man did not lie. So whenever you see it kind of gray with gray background and a gray piece of text, so this is a gray background and black text, but gray background and gray text, a dark gray text. That's how you know it's a hyperlink. Another cool way of finding out is you just move your cursor above it. And if it doesn't turn into the second magic L, which is this, then that's how you know that it's not a link. But because this happened when I moved my cursor over the text, I know it's a link, and I can right click on it and I can open the link in a new tab, and then I have a new saved search, right? Because I'm going to run all those filters that I ran before, make sure the payment method is verified and all that good stuff. And in fact, Aneeqa, I don't know if they're interested in this, but I'm going to say it. I think it was 35. You're an author, so seeking author, and we know that you want at least 30/10, and we know that you don't want to compete with, more than 4, and we know that you want the ideal client to have their payment method verified. And so, voila, right? So that is another search you could save, right? That is another search that they could save if this was interesting to them, if this was the niche that they were into. And how do I know, since it's not on the search bar? It's right here under skill, dating, and social life. But I've got a sneaky suspicion that this is not what they're looking for, and I apologize in advance. All right, so we're back to activity on this job. I have a question for you, Veronica. Now that we're here and we're about to do the Upwork math, is this job really worthwhile in your opinion?
I think so.
And why? And why is that so?
Because it was last viewed by the client 1 hour ago, and they're still interviewing one person. So, yeah.
So what about the part that says 1 hire? What's that about?
I think as long as the job is still open, it's not mine.
So it's possible that there might still be another slot that's open.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might be wanting to hire someone else on top of the person that they've already hired. That is very good. That is excellent. And also, you never know. Do not write yourself off. I am begging, because you never know until you actually go ahead and apply whether or not the project is still open. Okay, So now that we've handled the magic L, and take your screenshots if you need to remind yourself what is, and we've handled the elephant in the room, and we've taken a look at the activity on the job. Let me know when you guys are ready, because I will clear everything from the screen. Even you, my good people on Facebook, if you're watching on Facebook, please let me know so that I can clear the screen. You pop it in the chat and say ready. Give me a ready so that I know that we can keep on going. Okay. I don't see anything in the chat, so we will wait. All right, someone is ready. Bongani is ready. Veronica, are you ready?
Oh yeah, I
Jemima, are you ready? Let's see, did we lose Jemima? Let me double check. Yes, we lost Jemima, but that's okay. She'll catch the recording. Everybody's ready. Let's keep on going. Okay, so from here on, from the magic L that we did, what happens next? Because we have our elephant in the room. Well, in this instance, it's that they've hired someone and they're interviewing someone. Those are our elephants. Next up, what comes? What comes? Bongani, do you want to tell us what we do next? Because
I think we now send the proposal that will begin by addressing the questions, because those
that's good. That's good. And who do we greet when we address the questions?
Sorry, could you please repeat that?
Who do we greet when we answer the questions?
Oh, okay. So we will look to see if the name of the of the employer is found in the reviews first.
Okay, so we're going to look for the client's name inside the reviews.
Yes.
Remember, we don't call these people employers because we are independent contractors. So even the language we use has to be very, very clear. A client away from a long time, no work to be done. Okay. Marseille, that's the client's name so far. The best customers, Beer Buddy Team. Okay, cool. Let's see if we find Beer Buddy Team and Marseille. So far, nothing. Okay. We see it's a team. Marseille and Beer Buddy Team is what we have so far. Let's see. Yvonne is a new name. Daniel is a new name. Let's see. Marseille, Daniel, Yvonne, Beer Buddy Team. Just 15 more. You always want to make sure. Yvonne has appeared twice. Yvonne has appeared 3 times, but that was in 2020. So you don't know if there's been any staff changes. So what we're going to say when we type our answer, let's make sure that they have at least something. I'm going to say these projects to your feed, and then we're going to say, I'm going to insert another line for them, and we're going to say, okay, so we know it is Marseille, Daniel, Yvonne, and the rest of the Year Buddy team, just to make sure that you're not alienating anyone. Okay, so now we're going to start our proposals. Okay, actually, I'm going to make this all uppercase. So let's just change that. Make everything capitalized. That's fine. We'll get it another time. Now it's gonna bother me. Okay. So the very first prompt that you're gonna give ChatGPT, does anybody want to help me with the PSS framework, or should I jog everybody's memory? Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. And number 7. Everything has to do with L these days. Right? So this part here, I would call, what would we call this part where we know their names and all of that good stuff? Veronica Bongani? And I think I may have spelled valuable wrong. Sorry guys, like I'm still recovering from the weekend. I was typing in Botswana and it was intense. Bongani, what do we call this? Knowing their names is, according to the PSS framework. Veronica?
That is attention to detail.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, I really want to be in bed by 10:30, so we might not even send this proposal. And that's totally okay. Okay, so this part is attention to detail. The next part is going to be the elephant in the room, right?
Yes.
And the elephant in the room is that they've hired someone who isn't us. And they're also interviewing a candidate. Now, before we go into offering and and doing all of that good stuff, we go back to the project. Okay, so this is like an intermission for us. Right? And then we go, I think it's here. Okay, and then we scroll all the way up and we click on apply now because we want to make sure that the project is really, really available, right? Because if they've hired someone and they're interviewing someone, maybe that someone is the same person. But if we can submit a proposal, let's see. Okay, if we can submit a proposal, then we can keep going. And it seems we can submit a proposal. And now, according to Bongani, where do we start, Bongani? Do I start saying, Dear Mercy, Daniel, Yvonne, and the Dear Buddy team? I saw that you're looking for, do we do that? By the way,
So,
do not use this format anymore. Ew. If I never do this again.
so we start with the questions.
Okay, so we start with the questions, which is what is essential for the perfect request for these common asked small talk dating questions. I'm not really sure what the heck they're trying to say, but I'm sure GPT will. That's another fun part. I don't have to think about this. Hi. So we're gonna say, do we say things like dear hiring manager or to whom this may concern? What do we say?
We just say hi, use an informal tone. Yeah.
Yep, we say hi or hey. And so what I'm gonna do now is grab these just so that they understand, and by they I mean Aneeqa. And now we're gonna start to offer a valuable tip so they can see that you're an expert, Aneeqa. Okay, I'll just wait for my Google Doc to deem it fair to let me. So now we're gonna say offer value, let's say. And we're not gonna offer value in the answer to the question. What we're actually gonna go ahead now is we're gonna go to GPT. Let me add that instruction. If you want to take a screenshot, go ahead. If you're watching the recording, go ahead and stop the video and take a screenshot so that we have this forever. So I'm gonna go to ChatGPT now. All right. And then this is the prompt you're gonna enter in. And I believe I actually have that prompt for us already written down in the chat. So I'm just going to scroll up a little bit because I don't think I have to retype it. And if you also scroll up, guys, in the chat, guess what? You will have the prompt also. Now that I'm ready to submit my proposal, Bongani, what is the rule, the 1, 2, 3 rule? Because we've gone ahead, go back to the project, do the 1, 2, 3 rule. And I swear to you guys, this will eventually, it'll eventually make sense and you'll be doing it in 5 minutes. So Veronica says, is the number of proposals strictly less than 5 when subscribing to a new feed? I like to do that, absolutely. And then if I don't really see anything in that feed, well, it's never gonna happen because when you go, let's go to the feed. How about that? So let's go to find work, which is the feed. Because I want to show you guys, I saved these on one live session when we were going crazy. Okay, so we have all of that. You have 2 options here. Well, multiple. This is your feed, right? Contract software, modeling, expert specialization in C++ and Python. Those are my field, but I'm not interested. Looking for a Node.js puppeteer expert. Again, not interested. So if you see that, even though it says best all, you also have the option of going with the projects that are your best match because you've taught the algorithm by clicking on this thing what your best matches are, right? So content writer for privacy policy and terms and conditions. Bongani, would you like me unverified? We don't want that. Expert needed to develop the digital signature policy and standard operating procedures for our organization. Less than 12 minutes. Bongani, would you like this project? Because I know you can do policies and SOPs. It's corporate law.
Yes.
It doesn't require, yeah, I'm gonna copy this link for you. Just a second, I want to pop this here. Use this prompt. I'm just gonna tell them so that they have the prompt. But you guys also have it too, because it's in the chat. And this is it. Remember, project category, aka number 1, and that is your 1, 2, 3 rule. The 1, 2, 3 rule equals 1 being project category. The 2 is the project title. Let's think about that for a minute. And of course, woo, look at that. And of course, the 3 is project description. All right, so that is our 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3 rule. Maybe I should do this fluently in Setswana because English is denying me today. All right, so that's the prompt that you're going to use for ChatGPT. I'm going to put it in italic so that they know, so that Aneeqa knows what to do. Okay, so now that we've handled that part, let's go back and see. Let's get Bongani a project since he came and he was the earliest person to come to the session. For Bongani. If I know your niche, I'm sending you projects and I'm putting you on the spot. So you can't say no. Right? Let's see. Yeah. All right, so as you can see, Veronica, less than 5. This must have been less than 5 at one point or another, but it's got 20 to 50 now, so it doesn't qualify. And we've got an RFP, legal assistance. 5 to 10 actually means you're competing with about 8 people, 8 to 9 people. But payment method is not verified, so we are not okay with that. But here's the other really interesting thing. Sometimes it'll say payment method unverified, right? And when you click it, Veronica says her niche changes every week. You gotta stick it out and build momentum, because if you keep changing your mind without upskilling, it doesn't bode well. And then it's like things aren't moving forward. So if it's web design, let it remain web design until you break through. Okay, so here's maintenance money, demand to letter to neighbor. These are very easy to draft. If a phone call has to be made, then you can make the phone call. It is the procedure wise, you do know about civil procedure, right, Bongani? This is one of the easiest. I mean, there's so many easy projects where you just make a crap ton of money. It seems like we're in the same niche, so of course I'm going to get a bunch of projects that Bongani can do. But do you see that best match can work? And sometimes it might say payment method unverified, and when you click on the project, it's actually verified. Then you have the option to see the very most recent projects. And I can do this. I can do finances because I have a Bachelor of Commerce. I can do SEO work. It was one of the first things that I did. Again, less than 5, payment method, verified, less than 5. You can do script writing, copywriting, but I call this a low-hanging fruit skill. And trust me, if they have their budget set to $5, it's not their actual budget. They don't know what to pay. So you have to tell them how much it charges, how much it costs for short form content, Instagram Reels. So I'm guessing they would need you to work for their clients. And so you can give them a bulk price and they can pay you every week, because on the client side, they have the option when they hire you to pay you weekly, a weekly amount set every single week, right on time, automatically lands in your Upwork. So that's it's called a retainer. So you can work on retainer on Upwork. Let's Google ads, the social media influencers, to market books, digital marketing manager. All of these for me were low-hanging fruit skills. And sometimes when I'm like, I can't find any law projects, I do come back and just do easy stuff like this. All right. And And then you obviously have your saved jobs, which is all of these. I mean, your saved jobs is the ones you hearted, rather, job is no longer available. And then on top of all of that, if you go back to my feed, you have all your saved searches, right? So the saved searches do show up. Business planning and strategy, boom, got it. Payment method verified, less than 5, only costs 8 connects. They need an attorney or a paralegal. Pongani, Virgil Loin, incoming. You could definitely do this.
Thank you. Yes, definitely. Thank you.
So, I mean, consultation about defamation. Now, depending on various jurisdictions, yes, free law for you guys. Every single jurisdiction has its own rules, but defamation is part of contract law. We pretty much follow the same tenets, right? Because it's a tort or a delict, defamation. So, yeah, you can probably do this, but I don't really want me to agent or attorney to pitch against with a reality TV show. I don't know if I would want to do that, but you never know. Have you ever wanted to get into entertainment law from money? They pay up to $150 an hour.
I've never really thought about that one. Yeah.
Okay, so legal consultant with German language, I can probably do that one. Et cetera, et cetera. This is business planning and strategy. Then there's copywriting again, low-hanging fruit skills. If I can't find any legal project, there's always going to be something that's going to put bread on the table, right? Billing assistant. Some of these are a little bit weird, right? Full website creation in WordPress. We could probably do that. And then there's another. Do you understand now where everything shows up? And if you click the bar, like the green instead of the little bar, it doesn't keep you on your feed, it takes you here. But remember, everything is saved. Everything is saved. And so you don't have to do the search all over again. So did I manage to answer your question?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, that means now, guys, we are ready to submit our proposal. And like Bongani said, we're going to start with the first questions. So the first question, we're going to start there, as in we're going to greet there. But to get the perfect context for this question, we have to start here. So I'm going to scroll all the way up, and we're going to do the 1, 2, 3 rule. And as I said, on their spreadsheet, on their Google document, we're going to do the 1, 2, 3. We're going to say you are an expert at. Let's just copy this entire prompt to ChatGPT. I'm going to start a new chat. You don't even need to have Neuro PSS. Neuro does it all automatically, but you can just use regular ChatGPT and start a new chat. Hello. Where's the button for new chat? Am I missing it? Oh, yeah, under annotations. So you're going to paste this entire thing. No need to press Shift Enter. You're an expert at, and you're going to look at the project category. Where's the project category? Right here. This thing in gray, which also would be a hyperlink, is the project category. All right, so you're going to paste that there. That's your number 1. Then your prospective client, and that's why we noted that down as attention to detail. It's right here. Attention to detail. Mercedes, Danielle, Yvonne. There we go. So we're going to note that down as our client name. See, because of attention to detail first. And then we'll go into the elephant in the room. So the prompt even gives you. And the elephant in the room is, let's go back to the document. They've hired someone. They're also interviewing a candidate. Right? Is looking for someone have hired someone, not you, and they're also interviewing candidate looking for someone to candidate to, and then you go to their project title. Make it make sense in English, right? Don't just, and that's where we go to number 2. Remember the 1, 2, 3 roll. This is 1, this is 2, this is 2. And we're going to give that to our awesome ChatGPT. The prompt is in the chat, but I know Ibrahim has the prompt to be there. Because there you go. Here's what they have to say, and that's when you go into the project description, aka rule number 3. So we go back to the project and we go into the project description, and boom. And we're going to paste it. Okay. Then please respond using the following format, and we're done. That is the PSS framework. Read the client, give them a valuable tip related to the project to demonstrate your expertise. That's exactly what we want. Asking a maximum of 3 key questions related to the success of the project. Give them a strong CTA and finally sign off with my name or leave it blank. If you haven't done custom instructions, it's not going to work out. Unexpected server error. Let's try this again. Alrighty, let's see what we get. Hey, Merce, Danielle, Yvonne, and the entire BMW team. Okay, we're gonna finesse this because it is hello bot tells. When it comes to dating and flirting, the golden rule is all about striking that perfect balance between confidence and humor. Cocky yet funny replies aren't just about showing off, they're about showcasing your unique personality in a way that's both engaging and memorable. So here's a free tip straight off the bat. When crafting responses, always aim for the element of surprise mixed with a touch of playful arrogance. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. This approach keeps the conversation light, fun, and intriguing, exactly what you want to keep them wanting more. Now, to tailor these replies perfectly, got a few critical questions. Catch you soon. Ta-da! And then let's crank up the dating game. Shoot me the answers and strategize the best way to make you unforgettable in the dating scene. Your charisma coach. Oh wait, catch you soon. For me, how do we feel? Besides this bot tell right here, I would say everything else looks smooth as silk, right? And so then I would say, I actually won't talk about it because we've already done the PSS framework. End result from ChatGPT. Okay. I'm going to say cover letter, because that's what we start with. And then say, catch you soon. I want to say Aneeqa. And then what we're going to do is number these. Now, if you number them using the Google Doc format, what's going to end up happening if you use this format is that the numbers aren't going to show up inside your Upwork cover letter. So you really do have to manually, you do have to manually do this part, right? And then you're done here. And that's it. Now what we're going to do is just do this. When dating and flirting, golden rule is, here's a free tip straight off the bat, and done, done, done. I'm happy with all of that except of course I'm going to change that. They're German, so they understand humor. Humor has a U in it. Let's see what this wants us to change it to. But are you guys following me along so far?
Yeah, I'm following. The new bot you're using, is it a plugin or is it inside?
Yeah, Quillbot is a plugin, and so is Grammarly. They're both in here. So my Grammarly is here, and my Quillbot is on the side. It's just super duper easy to work that way. But here's the cover letter. And now we're going to go in, because remember, we didn't greet here. And Aneeqa, I'm begging you now, you had better not greet in the cover letter. It sounds counterintuitive, but that's the reason why we get the projects and everybody else doesn't. So everybody else will be running to send their cover letter. But what you're going to do is you're going to answer the questions first. So this goes later, okay? Put it that way. Sometimes my AI is not that intelligent. Okay. So the very first question that they are asking Aneeqa, if we scroll down, is not we're not going to start here. And already she's greeted the team, so we don't have to include her. And we're going to go ahead and ask ChatGPT this question. Better. It's very good, actually. And we're going to do that. And then, of course, I want to make sure that Aneeqa also has the opportunity to answer this question. Question number one is Lexo. I guess I typed that too fast. What is essential for the project replies? Blah, 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 blah. And we're going to write that in bold. And then we're going to take a look at what it is that ChatGPT is saying. And I'm pretty sure we are way over 1 hour now. I was really hoping we wouldn't go over time, but it's fine. So here we go. Crafting the perfect reply to those small talk staples is an art and a science. Here's what's essential to me like every time. So we are not going to do this. Does anybody want to tell me why we are not going to include the highlighted parts? Bongani, Veronica?
They're bot tells.
They are bot tells. So we're going to start off first with this answer. And let me just unload it so that they know that it's not supposed to be the question. All right, capitalize it. You say, okay, nailing it every time. That's fine. I genuinely have no idea. Okay, fine. Figure out what you want the correct answer to be, my friends. Okay, first thing, start with the truth, but make it entertaining. That's the very first thing, right? So we're going to write that down here. I'm going to say 1, but we're going to bring it back. And I'm going to call this A, just so that there's no confusion. Okay. Is this bold? No, like that. Okay. Boom. Start with the truth, but make it maintain it. And then we're going to go 2. And what did ChatGPT say? Quick, sharp responses, signal intelligence, and a good sense of humor. And we're just going to give them And then you're gonna say, here's what I mean. And then we'll go into the boom. And we're gonna give this to Aneeqa. All supposed to be italicized. And then we're going to go to B. I'm going to italicize that. And that's the next question that they asked, right? What are your... Now, it does seem painstaking, but I promise you, it's really not. It's really not painstaking. I'm just copy pasting. Okay. We're not going to use diving into because it's a bobtail. Okay, so here are some areas I can provide guidance on. Okay, we don't want, oh, words. You guys see how witty my ChatGPT is because I gave it custom instructions? I mean, it's really sassy. Okay, but this is again according to me. Do you see that? Because I told it that it's an expert in neuromarketing and sales psychology. So instead, we can do this. My approach, nope. Once you see this word, it's a bobtail. So we're going to say my approach blends psychological insights, communication strategy, and an understanding of social dynamics to help you become more engaging and confident. So that is how we're going to change it. And we're going to, do it like that. But we are about to change it for them. Okay. Boom. Most people talk like this instead of the nonsense that we just read. Now, we're not going to do the building confidence because the fake tell. Say, we'll remove that from here and turn this into a capital letter. Reason being, we'll pop this here. Guidance on integrating humor. Add a U to that. And into conversations to elevate your charisma without overwhelming. Without overwhelming it. Okay. And then we'll say the fourth one is perspectives on theme rejection. Okay. 5. And fixed behavior, your desired image. And understanding emotional triggers through staying updated on trends in psychology research ensures my advice remains relevant and impactful. While I can't share personal tales, my insights are grounded in comprehensive research and proven technology. And that is very true for them. That is very true for Aneeqa, right? So do you see how not once have I decided to bend the truth? It's all true. It's just, it's the communication of the truth that some of us, we get a little bit down about, you know, talking about ourselves. So next is going to be this question. What are your experiences? We've done that part. What is the process you would suggest? And then what you could throw in, Aneeqa, you could add something from your portfolio, add a cert. When you're new on the platform, you'd want to add something from your portfolio or a cert. Don't bother dragging and dropping a bunch of files. Personally, when I hire, I just having to see that. It's easier if you send me a link to a Google Drive than if you just throw a bunch of PDFs at me. I'm just going to be like, I'm so uninterested in this. So it's easier if you just give me a Google Drive link. All right, so the next question is, what is the process you would suggest? These questions are capital V for vague, like they are not in any way helpful, like, okay. So this is good. So then we'll go back to Aneeqa's thing and paste the question, and then we go in and do the answer. GPT has already started for us. Okay. Whenever something is either too long or something for you to copy paste in one time, just reduce the size of the screen. That way it makes sense. Okay, let's double copy that and share. Okay, so again, we're going to get rid of the plot tell. Number one, confidence is your foundation and your self-esteem. Number two, master both verbal and nonverbal communication. Cues is so important. I have no idea how many men out there just say the craziest things and you just like, that is disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. Like, did you seriously think that I would find that attractive? That is disgusting. Okay. This is not good. Adapting evolves stay informed about the this is true. Now, my good friend Aneeqa, don't get mad at me. If some of the things that are written here are deplorable, and you would never say that, yeah, you have all the permission in the world to, because this is a very controversial topic that we are dealing with, which is exactly why I am so grateful that we're dealing with this. And now, here's the cover letter. So what I'm going to do now is we are going to say project link, because we want to make sure that she at least has this project and it doesn't go anywhere. And what we're going to do is click on view job posting, or it could have just copied the link there, but it's fine. And that is what we're going to use for you, my dear Aneeqa. And now, done and dusted. You at least understand attention to detail, elephant in the room. So now you're going to go back to the project, do the 1, 2, 3 rule, go to ChatGPT, use this prompt, and then the end result from ChatGPT, answer the questions first. So you're going to say, let me just put that there because I didn't. And remember, Upwork is a highly informal platform. Let's just do that. Don't try to correct people. No. Okay, it wants me to add a comma, but it won't do it. It's fine. Okay. And there we go. There we go. All said and done. And I'm going to stop the share. Facebook, talk to me. Guys, also tell me, what do you think? How do you feel? How did you do? This was a very, very long session, but of course, you know, I went to the hospital and had to deal with some family stuff. So obviously, I had to make it up to y'all. So how are we feeling about how we did today? Did we learn anything new?
Well, for me, I would say that yeah, the word bottle was it just made me more aware to check and verify my profile to remove such things. And also when I was looking at the profile you were working on and how you refined it to be more friendly and interesting, less formal. Yeah, so for me, that is what I took from this session. Yeah.
Ooh. Right, I'm happy with your answer, Bangani, Veronica. Besides bottel, what else was new for you?
Using a bot to paraphrase. I think that was cool. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you guys, you got 2 hours and 8 minutes worth of, can we believe? But it's okay. It's just endurance. We learned endurance today. Thank you guys for joining me today, this evening. What's going to happen next is that I will definitely ask my editor to summarize this nicely for us so that he grabs the key highlights. But honestly, every single moment in this session was a key highlight. I don't know how we're going to make it work. But thank you again, Bongani and Veronica, for joining us. Veronica, since every time you're here with me, we do this, Bongani would like to join the paid squad. How much of a discount should we give him?
I can't believe this. Oh wow. Well, Wakani is an OG, so I think 50 is reasonable.
Bongani,
50% is reasonable.
what do you think? How do you feel about 50%? Would you agree to that, or would you rather have a higher amount or a lower amount? He's just like celebrating.
Of course, I would prefer a lower amount. Yeah,
You would
but
prefer a lower amount? Give him a lower
that's-
amount, Veronica.
I think he
20%.
meant I think he meant to pay a low amount.
Oh, okay. So
Uh,
what do you think, Veronica?
50 is fine, isn't it, Bongani? Isn't 50 fair?
Veronica, take it a little bit lower.
Lower? Are you? Oh, okay. Okay. 30?
I'm leaving it all in your hands. You are my money assistant. Because if I would do it, I would give everything away for free. You know me. And I don't want to get in trouble with Balesa anymore.
Yeah. So 30% is fine. 80% off.
Bongani, they took it from
Sorry?
50 to 30.
No, that is higher. It should be lower.
He would like a
Why am I
higher
understand?
percentage. He
Higher
would like
Higher
you to.
percentage.
percentage. Oh, okay, okay. 60 is fine, man. Just take it, Bongani.
I love that. Just take it, Bongani. 60%. Remember, the
60%.
paid squad costs,
Okay.
and this is lifetime. This is not, I'm gonna take the full amount from you once you're in, pull the rug from underneath your feet. We don't do that around here. It's not high integrity. So if I give you a 60% discount to all the people watching this on Facebook or those watching the recording on YouTube, I wish you were here too. That means, let's see. I'm gonna do my math fast. Instead of paying $191, it says you're gonna pay $114.60. Am I getting that right, guys? Everybody pull up their calculators.
No.
Mhm.
So 60% discount, right? So meaning that I'll pay 40%, which is 191.
Oh, your discount is 60%. Why do I keep thinking you're paying for like 40%? So that means you're going to be paying $76.14.
That is perfect.
Welcome to the paid squad. Okay, I'm gonna DM you your special link, courtesy of Veronica. So please say thank you. And welcome to the squad. We'll see you when you join. But yeah, the link is for you. I don't think it will expire, but take it or leave it.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you. It's been a dream.
Well, you've been on the fence for a while, but it's fine. $74.60. You're gonna see you get a lot in there, right? And I can't wait for you to join us inside our private chat. It's not on Facebook Messenger, it's somewhere else. And I do respond quite quickly on that platform. So sometimes I even remind you when you're late for your one-on-one, or you remind me because I be stuck in meetings, but it's okay. So I'll see you guys. Hopefully I'll see you in the paid squad sometime this week. Bongani, please join us as soon as you can. And remember, if you paid in full, if you had paid the full 191, you would be entitled to 200 Upwork Connects, but that's okay because you have already mentioned that you just recently bought Connects. So what's 200 anyway? But yeah, happy to have you. Very excited. Good night, everyone. Happy midnight. I'm kidding. It's only 11:12. It was 11:11 a minute ago. Okay. Bye now.
Thank you and good night.
Yes, President.